Hey there, welcome to Paul's Take, and this is the night shift. That's right. So, funny thing is, I was so focused on my thumbnail and getting my podcast on at the same time, I nearly forgot what I was going to talk about today. The title is, what is the title? I don't even remember. Illuminati. Good or pure evil? Good question. Let's see here. Let's see. Haha. Is it better? Much better, I think. All right. So, Illuminati. I'm not sure if this is really going to be about Illuminati altogether, because I'm thinking, who is Illuminati? And when I think of them, I think of basically anybody in power or people in powerful positions. Per se, the government. So the president, possibly. Democratic Party, definitely. Why do I say that? Why do I think the Democratic Party is Illuminati? And I think actually probably the Republican Party too. Maybe not everybody. Maybe not everybody in the Democratic Party. But I do think they have a big presence in both locations. Why do I think that? Because it seems to me that we're going towards a world government. And it seems like the Democrats are really pushing us in that direction much harder than the Republicans, especially Trump. I think Trump is totally capitalism, and capitalism is not on the agenda of the world government. The world government is socialist, not capitalist. And when you watch the World Economic Forum and they were talking, there's powerful leader after powerful leader discussing how the world should move forward and how the world should go into this world government and how much progress the world could move forward on if they all were part of this understanding, this group mentality of the world having a world power. That way the whole world is under one umbrella and they can just accomplish so much more if we were all on the same page, all doing the same goal. And it sounds very kumbaya. It's like there's supposed to be, there'll be no more homeless, no more hunger. Everybody will have enough to get by, and everybody will be happy. And that sounds nice, right? That sounds positive. Who doesn't want the end of hunger? I mean, I'm all for it. And apparently, there is enough food right now being produced that we can feed everybody on the planet. I guess there's more food getting wasted than it's due to, and all that food that's being produced is not getting to the mouths that need it in all these far off countries. But there is enough food being produced for everybody on the planet, so nobody needs to be hungry. But the logistics and stuff, the lack of leadership is caused. So it's the reason why, or the need for profit, because apparently a big percentage of the world cannot afford food. So if they can't afford the food, then they're not going to get, to the people that produce the food are not going to get paid. So they'd rather dump the food than, I mean, it's not like they would rather dump the food, but realistically, say you're a farmer in California and you're producing excess of corn or whatever, and then you got to get this corn. I'm not sure if California makes corn. Do they? Well, anyways, let's just use that example anyways. They got to send this corn all the way to, say, to Africa. Because, I mean, they have extra corn. Why not send it to Africa? Well, who's going to send it? Who's going to actually, I mean, they're not going to drop it in the mailbox with no stamps. I mean, it's going to cost a lot of money to get the food over there. So logistically, it shouldn't be on the farmer's back to send this food to Africa. There should be some other power at B that would organize that, pick it up, and ship it over to where it's needed, right? And that's one way the world government could help out. They could organize all that stuff. That would be good. And universal health coverage. That would be great for the whole world. It'll be like a given. It'll be like you're right. It'll be like police officers. That sounds good too. The parts. So it seems like to me, if you're looking at that kind of stuff, then it seems like the world government, which is probably Illuminati, I'm not sure, maybe, is good. But then you think, well, capitalism is a form of freedom, and socialism is like taking away some of that freedom because you have to abide by a structure. I mean, you always got to abide by a structure, but when you have capitalism or a free society, you can basically live off the land or get yourself a homestead somewhere, just kind of live off the grid, or live just real cheaply or whatever. You can own property, you can have a farm, you can have solar cells, and granted, the government will still find a way to tax you somehow. With socialism, I guess you don't own anything, and everybody is entitled to your stuff, basically. I don't know. That's my understanding. Something like that. Maybe that's a little extreme, but that's kind of the idea where you don't really own stuff. Or am I wrong? Or am I wrong? I mean, I guess, I don't know. I'm not really sure. That sounds like communism to me. We don't own anything. Everything is commune. But even I think communism, you can still own stuff. I don't know. Anyhow, all I know is that there's going to be everything will be highly regulated, and everything, all like the businesses, will basically be controlled by the government. They will say how you can run your business, take away the freedom, and they're going to tax the living daylights out of you. So you're not going to make as much. So the chance of succeeding is to be that much less unless the government pays for you to stay open, even though you're not making any money. I guess that could be possible as well. I don't know. What do you think? Because potentially, I guess, if the government is kind of controlling your business, you don't need to make money because the government will cover it. Where's that money going to come from? Taxing companies that do well. And if they tax them enough, then they won't do well either. I don't know. All I know is this. I don't know much. And this might not be really knowing, but it appears to me that every other country in the world has a certain degree of socialism, including the US. But apparently we are the freest. And we are also the most powerful. And we became the most powerful because we are the freest. We are the most capitalist. And that is the reason why we're doing so darn well. So people want us to go away from that and use this socialist-ish structure that hasn't really worked super great for anybody else. And truthfully, a lot of countries are living off of or dependent upon our wealth because we're doing so well. We are buying stuff from other countries, so they rely on our wealth, like a trickle-down effect. But if we didn't have that insane wealth, would other countries do as well? Because they wouldn't have our money. They wouldn't get it because we wouldn't be making it. If we're if we're struggling, as the United States is struggling, and we're not buying as much stuff as we're doing now, will other countries start to fall apart as well or go even worse than they are now because we're not buying their products, our wealth, or somehow our wealth somehow taken away from other people? If I'm making a lot of money, does that mean I'm taking that money from somebody else? Let's think about this. Let's say I produced, well, let's do this. I'm making a ton of money off of YouTube, right? Or when I do make a ton of money off of YouTube, I'm getting the money from advertising, right? Because people are watching the show. It's got tons of millions of people are watching the show. So I'm getting money for the advertising because they're showing commercials on my show. So I'm technically not taking anything from anybody. I can't imagine how that logic would even come about. How could somebody say that I'm taking money from somebody else's pocket if all I'm doing is producing a show that's popular and people are and they're selling advertising and people are watching advertising, and that's how I make my money. But okay, so I'm making money off of advertising, and then now I have all this money. Now, I'm not taking money. Nobody's giving me anything except for the advertisers because you're watching the shows, right? So then with the money I have, I put some in saving, of course, for a rainy day, for my retirement. And then I'm going to spend it as well. I'm not going to save it all and hoard it. No. But while I'm spending money, I'm putting it back into the economy, right? I'm going to buy a car that helps out all these workers, helps out the company, probably cheap because I like Jeeps. And then it'll trickle down to the employees. They'll make better cars and make more cars because their business stays open. I might buy parts for that car, I might buy some new shoes. So basically, I don't think I'm taking money from anybody. If I'm producing the best show and I'm getting a lot of advertising money, nobody's losing money from me because people are watching the show and maybe they'll buy something. They say, hey, look at that. They're advertising mattresses. Yeah, I like a mattress. I need a mattress. Let me check out this mattress. Then you buy a mattress. Well, you were going to buy that mattress anyways. I'm not taking money from anybody. So who is taking money from anybody? Let me think. Is Walmart taking money from anybody? I guess there could be an argument for that. That if Walmart didn't exist, and then they would have smaller shops, you would have your Vaughn's Market and your Food Lion. They would make more money. But would it matter if they were? So somebody's producing the food. The groceries are still coming. They're still making money. All the people that's selling stuff from Walmart. I guess the small shops it's more difficult to compete with the big box companies. Always will be. But then you're paying more for food as well. You're paying more for your product if you go into a mom and pop shop, a small little specialty store. If you want to get shoes from a specialty store, it's going to be a lot more. So is that helping people? It's helping the person that has a small store, but are you losing more than gaining because everybody else? So you're basically helping one store, but you're causing everybody else that needs shoes to pay more. I don't know. It's kind of like one of those things. You help one, but you're kind of hurting a ton of other people. So I guess that could be debated. I won't try to make a debate. Walmart definitely employs a ton of people, and they don't pay nothing. So there should be, a living wage on that. Definitely. Where was I? What were we talking about again? We're talking about the Illuminati. Are they good or bad? Oh, yeah, Illuminati. Okay, so it seems to me, I like to believe myself that everybody has good intentions. You might not agree, like the Democrats and Republicans, they fight tooth and nail. They hate each other. They want the other person's leave the country, and just it's horrible. They're not getting along at all. But who's the good guys? Who's the bad guys? Well, I think there is, in that case, for the average Joe Democrat and the average Joe Republican. I'm not talking about the leaders, not the the congressmen or the mayors or stuff. I'm talking about your average, your neighbors and stuff like that, your coworkers. They all believe, they have good intentions. They believe whatever the Democrats or Republicans are selling. They believe that the world would be a better place if it was Democratic, if the Democrats are in charge, or the Republicans are in charge. They believe their vision. They think it's best for everybody. So that's why they are following that party. Nobody's doing it. None of your neighbors or coworkers are conspiring to kind of be horrible. Nobody wants to run the country into the ground. At least I would like to think that everybody wants the best for the country, and they think their way is the best for the country, and that's why they are following that party. The question is, are the leadership, are they in it for the best? And I like to think that as well. If they think that their way is the best way to move forward as a civilization, that they want to shape the world into a more Republican or Democratic way. And that's how they think the future would be best for everybody. I would like to think that. But is it true? Is that the case? Or is there one party or another party or both parties? Or is there like a more demonic agenda? I wouldn't want to think that. But there's a lot of demonic symbolism in government. And I heard, have you heard of what's it called? The something collider, that particle collider. I forgot what's called, the actual name of it. Is it Geneva? I don't know. Massive particle accelerator. Yeah, whatever. See. The Large Hadron Collider, CERN. Okay, so these guys, I heard when they did the opening, they had like a grand opening when it first opened up. Yeah, I guess it's underground or something, and there's a tunnel or something that leads down to it. Let's see here. They had this was wrong. Anyways, they had this big opening ceremony, and apparently it was really demonic. It was crazy. Why was he spelling this wrong? How do you spell demonic? I don't know. There was at least that's what I heard anyways. I could be wrong, but I heard that they had this big opening ceremony, and had all these dancers and all these floats and all these different things. But it was really, really creepy, supposedly. Really demonic. Could be wrong, but that's what I heard. Let's see here. I also heard that they're supposed to be summoning like evil. They're like opening portholes or different dimensions, like evil dimensions. Man, I wish I could find that thing. Where is it? Let's see. Yeah, I heard there was a story. Let's see here. Was that a story or is that a book I read? Might be totally different. That at one point, oh, was this it? Oh, wait a minute. I think I found it. So it's a occult satanic ritual Swiss tunnel opening. Maybe it was not the Halon Collider. Maybe it was this thing, but so no, it was CERN. I was right. CERN. This is a trip. I was right. I told you. Okay, so CERN, Switzerland. Hold on a second. Go away. Satanic tunnel ritual calling for Lucifer. What? I'm telling you, this creepy stuff going on. What's this? No. What if I play this? What happens? You probably can't hear it though. Welcome back. Let's see here. Oh, I can't hear it because my microphone is plugged into where the speaker or the headphone is. Staying full version. Yeah, so it was really creepy. Look it up. Look up. Let me show you the search words. Do CERN, Switzerland, satanic tunnel ritual calling for Lucifer. And they're showing pictures, and it's creepy. It is creepy. So anyways, so that makes you wonder. And that's like a multi-nation project, right? Different countries are involved with this CERN particle collider. So it makes you wonder, and this is like a huge project, that why on earth would it be this satanic opening thing here? What in the world? Whoa, creepy. Yeah, very satanic, which are symbolism. So it makes you wonder, makes me wonder, well, if that's the case, if this multi-government project has all this satanic symbolism, then everybody was fine with it. Nobody had a problem with it, apparently. Then is there some demonic undertones? Is there is it actually the intentions good, or is intentions evil? Is Illuminati evil? I mean, most people would assume they are. And I read the book. There's this book they had. I think I mentioned in another video that I have, and about the Illuminati. It's like a book to give out, or you can buy if you're interested in them. It's probably supposedly from them, and it seems legit. It really does. I think it is. And of course, they're only telling you what the bottom sheep level people would need to know for the bottom sheep. It wasn't like the high level, high secret stuff. It's for the sheeple, for us, to kind of get excited and want to maybe join the Illuminati. But it seemed very positive. It seems like they were pro-life and pro-everybody, kumbaya and all this stuff, and motivational speeches, and it was motivating. It really was. But of course, they're not going to say a bunch of crazy stuff to make you scare away. If they're trying to recruit you, if they want you to join them, they're going to tell you what you want to hear. So, undertones. Is the intention of these parties good or evil? I think, well, it seems to me that based on, if I had a guess, my money is probably both to a certain degree, but or there's some people in the Republican Party, but it seems like all the stuff that's going on in the Democratic Party, how they are funding rioters to destroy cities and destroy monuments and destroy personal property and to attack people and to beat people and all this stuff. That they are really, I mean, you don't see that from the Republicans. You don't see them even retaliating. It's pretty crazy. they're just kind of being the mature adults in the situation. And the Democrats are just losing their mind, doing all this crazy, violent, demonic looking stuff to me, that it would be the Democrats that are evil. But I'm not talking about your neighbor or your coworker. I'm talking about the high level management, the guys behind the scenes, the ones they're pulling the strings, the ones that are puppet masters. Those guys, I think, are evil. Anyhow, I was watching part of the Democratic convention today. I didn't get to watch much of it. I only got to watch a piece. So if you get to watch it, I want to watch more of it. I just haven't had a chance. But I did happen to catch the one part where Joe Biden was officially nominated as the Democratic Democratic candidate. So the guy was like, "Congratulations, Joe Biden, you were the candidate for blah, blah, to Democrats candidate. Now you're like, please," he basically said, I don't remember how he addressed it, but go ahead and make a speech, or here, please here's your opportunity to have your speech for being nominated for a Democratic candidate. And, when you hear about a politician making a speech, and he said, make a speech, basically. A politician, especially somebody running for president, they're never short for words. They talking is not their weakness. That's what got them into the game. That's why they're so. That's how they succeed, is by their speaking ability, and they're even off the cuff. This amazes me how somebody can ask one of these candidates or these congressmen or somebody in politics a question, and they can, off the top of their head, produce a very well thought out response. It's like just a perfect harmony of words that it just blows me away. Well, Biden's speech was, to say, slightly disappointing. All he said was like, "Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. I'm very proud. And I'll see you guys on Thursday." And I was like, "That's your acceptance speech? Really? That was it?" And I could tell that people were kind of like, "Whoa." But they played it off. And they're like, "Oh my gosh, he spoke. He's the most magical person. I can't believe he spoke. He spoke in English and everything." But it was really disappointing. I heard another interesting fact today. And I don't know if this is true or not, so it's maybe not a fact, but it's what I heard. That since March, and right now we're in mid-August, that President Trump answered, I guess, like in press conferences and whatever, media or whatever, he answered I think it was, I'll just say on the lower end, 1,300 questions. That's what he had to ask all these questions. He answered 1,300 questions, probably to the media. Somehow, these people, they count everything. So, and then Joe Biden, according to this, answered like 35 questions. 35. That's your candidate. Now, to tell you the truth, here's my thing. I'm definitely leaning towards being a Republican because of the issues, not because of the person, but the issues that they stand for. Capitalism, pro-life, limited government, that kind of stuff. But at the same time, I know Trump is not perfect. And I was actually open to maybe try out another candidate, somebody that was more, that could unite the country. I think Trump is great with the economy. He's great with foreign policy, but he's not really good with uniting the country. And I would have considered another candidate. And when they first started doing their debates, I swear, Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders was like the bottom of my list. I just thought their time was done. The time was up. Their time was past. You got all these. They had what, 16 candidates. I basically preferred every single one over Joe Biden, especially, and Bernie Sanders as well. I had my favorite, and my favorite would have won. Actually, I had a couple. Let me think. I don't remember their names though, or one of the names. But I would have considered them. They seemed really sharp, level-headed, and I liked them. They seemed like they were very promising people. I didn't know them very well. Just met them like didn't beat them, but I was introduced to them through debates. But I was really impressed with two, especially. But there was even more. There was a few that were very impressive that I would have considered. But Biden, really, Biden. I mean, it was apparent from the beginning he was not the Biden of the past. The Biden of the past was very sharp. You might not agree with his politics, but he was definitely a sharp guy, quick-witted, all that stuff. But now you're just like, can he make it through a sentence? Can he make it through any questions? Can he speak without a prompter at all? Can he be? I mean, I can't even imagine him going to a foreign country, like an aggressive one, or not one of our allies, but somebody we're doing business with, something we're gonna like go mano a mano, and they're gonna try to take advantage of us, and we gotta be sharp. I just can't imagine him performing well. I just can't see it anymore. Back in the day, no problem. He was tough, but it's just, I mean, his time has passed. I'm sorry. Anyhow, got into politics. Should have done that. I'm sorry. I apologize. But anyhow, what do you think? Is everybody good? Does everybody have good intentions? Or is some good intentions based on an evil backing? Maybe the evil has good intentions. I don't know. I mean, when I think of evil, I think of people trying to eat you and stuff, and kill you and mangle you and all these horrible things. But maybe evil's got a bad rap. Maybe evil's good is evil. I don't know. It's crazy. Who knows? There's so many different levels of things in the world that's going on. It's hard to know what is really real, what is not, what is just the storyline for you to follow, to do their deeds, but to be good citizens. But ultimately, you're just a means to an end for these powerful people. That's what I think overall, anyways. One way or another, the citizens, all the people of the world, the population, are just sheep, or just worker bees for the elite. All right, well, here's just something to think about. Thanks for watching. If you haven't hit the like and subscribe, by all means, subscribe to my channel and watch more of my take on stuff. And also, I do reviews on things as well. Anyhow, thanks for watching Paul's Take. Hope you enjoyed the show. Like I said, if you haven't hit subscribe, do it now. Thanks for watching Paul's Take.